Chris Solo, and welcome to the realms of Ukodor, where I've gathered my friends to play some Dungeons and Dragons. But before we get started, we're going to go ahead and dive into our announcements. We are affiliates, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button or donate some bits. A big portion of our proceeds do go to the Game Academy. You can click the link down below. They are a 501c3 nonprofit that uses tabletop gaming to inspire and educate youth and teens. So by supporting us, you also support them. Speaking of the bits, you can check out our Ukodor menu down below. You can donate bits for healing potions, inspiration, spell slots, and so on. And all you have to do is when you donate those bits, just tag one of our moderators or the Ukodor channel, and you can say which player it goes to. Simple as that. And I'll try to bring it in as soon as I can organically throughout the show. We're trying not to meta, but yeah, the players will kind of bump into it, and you'll see how that pans out as well. Big shout out to Griffin Co. They are our partner sponsors. You will see some of their pieces here today. They have helped us with a lot of set pieces, a lot of little bits, the barrels and boxes, so go ahead and check them out. Another big shout out to Master Monk Gaming. They have helped us with the amazing dice tower system right over there. You can go and check them out as well. And there's about 12 hours left in the Ether Studios Kickstarter campaign. So if you are a 3D printer and you are looking for some really cool designs, go ahead and check them out. Their Kickstarter does end in about 12 hours. They have a lot of really cool stretch goals. Some of you might have seen some of the posts. So we have decided to table our Monday show, Tides of Ukodor. We're going to funnel our focus to just doing realms for now until we build up enough momentum and community, and then we'll start branching out with new shows. We do have some other lightweight shows that are coming out, but just to kind of focus the tabletop D&D stuff is just going to be Wednesday night. So, and with that, we are going to, again, I'm hoping to have the information in the next week or so, but Ukodor Con, the first annual convention hosted by us, will be in October, the 25th through 27th in Mountain View, California.
Mountain View.
I will have that information out shortly. Once I do, and you guys can go ahead and pre-order your tickets, and you get some really cool swag by doing that. And it will be our first gaming convention. We'll have a bunch of just tabletop games. We'll have some vendors. Some live shows will be there. We'll have a lot of guest stars from our friends in LA and other locations, and a few panels as well where you can sit there and ask us questions and all that jazz. So, with all that,
the first annual, assuming the mines weren't right,
which was supposed to be like 7 years ago.
And last but not least, we are circling back and changing focus. We're going to go back to our follower giveaways. We are currently at 18 followers. Once we get to 26, 25, I will start a giveaway for a video game. So stick around for that, spread the word, and let's buckle down and get ready for the next chapter of the Realms of Ukodor. Welcome to the Realms of Ukodor. And welcome back. So as we settle in, circling back with what happened last episode, the party of the Bound by Faith campaign, just after killing Jaren, and kind of realizing what transpired after that, the evil that was released from Tydean, along with a lot of the civilians in the area, embarked down that cavernous stairwell to the underbelly of the city, where you all and a lot of other people found their loved ones that have been gone, thought to be buried, but have been being harvested by Jaren to create more evil. After some time passed, you all made amends in the best ways that you could. In some of the rubble from a previous battle, they created a new cemetery, a place to honor the fallen. Torque Farland buried their loved ones there. Jadobi, once he assessed the situation, immediately fled to see if his mother was okay. Tallulah followed shortly after. Finding another battle had taken place, and Garrick's sister, Doris, had fallen. After making amends with his mother for a short time, and she shoved off with the rest of the survivors to go back into the city to see what they can do to help, Jadobi, Tallulah, and Garrick carried Doris to the coast, where Garrick had pre-dug 3 tombstones for himself, his wife, and his sister, thinking that they all were going to perish. His wife was already buried there, and the 2 of you helped bury his sister. After some words were exchanged, Garrick had gifted Doris's armor and weapons to Tallulah to thank her for helping in this moment where he was just not able to carry his sister. He's a gnome. She's a big woman. Shortly after that, the both of you went back to the Lord's quarter to touch base with your mother to see if during that time you found out that your beloved Galen was alive. Time stood still. You darted quickly to the city. Eventually, she came out with your mother. You embraced, your mother embraced, actually shed a tear, something you've never seen your mother do. And you just sat in those moments for some time. The rest of the day transpired as such, starting with grieving, leading to cheers and celebration, the people of Tydean honoring you in your new position after vanquishing the evil in the city. Took a long rest, woke up the next day, gathered some of your things. Farland decided to stay behind to just sort out some of his own stuff with Lobo. But the 5 of you, including Aika, went out to the outskirts of the city, found a very large tree, and traveled through that tree with possibly not enough information, but now everyone knows that it takes 6 seconds. Quickly dashing through the tree, entering in the courtyard of your very esteemed, beautiful, lush home to find that it was not that. The beautiful tree with all the beautiful colors was dead. And you came through and immediately the cold hit you. But Edayk is in the southern part of the continent. It never snows in Edayk, but yet it's icy and it's cold. You look around and you see there's no life inside of your city. You end up bumping into Rydell, your old home master, hiding in a closet, very, very skittish. It gave you a little bit of information and you quickly left the home to investigate. Aika stayed back with Rydell. So the 5 of you, after some time, creeped and crawled throughout the city, coming up to the keep. The doors had opened. You watched as a half a dozen to a dozen werewolves, but you don't know what these are, but they're humanoid beings covered in fur that look like wolves, but they're upright. They look like Lobo, but they're standing upright, walking in formation, coming down the steps. And between them, a different figure, a familiar face with, during the exorcism of Dorius, you see a humanoid-looking man, 6.5 feet tall, very fine clothes, chiseled jaw, pointy nose, black hair with some white in it, kind of shooed away these large beasts, and begrudgingly they left and they went back into the keep and the door closed. He begins to yell out that you've been searching for him. And as you were about to release the shroud of you were hiding around the corner, you noticed 4 poofs of smoke, poof, 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 and 4 Travels showed themselves. This figure smirked, attacked, and within seconds, all 4 Travels were vanquished. Fixing 1 or 2 beads of hair that got in his face, and pulling it behind his ear, he turns over his shoulder while you were still hidden and calls out to the group of you to come out. You start talking to him, realizing that he is the reason why there's this large beacon inside of the city, a reason why you feel that your niece and nephew are in danger and would not let you enter the keep. Quickly, Torque begins to throw an axe to try to attack this creature, and another creature appeared and caught the axe and laughed and threw it back at him. It was the sister of this being. He revealed himself to be Lord Karan. He revealed that he wanted to reunite and bring back his queen, Riha. More information is gathered that there's now also an internal fight between Travanas and Riha. Two gods at war, and Ukodor is their battlefield. Upon more words were exchanged, you wanted to progress towards him. He grew tired of this simple banter and suggested that the entire group leave the city. Turned, poofed, and disappeared. Everyone but Barakabu was under this mind spell to leave the city. As you left the upper steps going down towards the Dwarven Shire, following in the footsteps of very large undead creatures with scattering of other smaller undead creatures, that's where we're going to pick up.
Do you know how long it took me to realize that we didn't have a narrator and that you were just saying all that to do the recap? A little too long. A little too long.
It's like,
So we're all walking down the street to leave the city, but you're the only one that's not affected, right?
yeah, we're still under.
Correct.
Yeah, so I'm kind of, jogging along, like circling you guys, trying to talk with you. Just, guys, can you do anything? Can you still?
I know I can't control the body, but can I still speak as I can?
I think you can.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we established that it was just our bodies that were like.
I can't stop. I can't stop.
And about this time, and about the time that we left last episode, you were walking up on one of those large creatures who did
Right.
turn around, dragging its large club,
Yeah.
grunting. Everyone, please roll initiative.
Ah!
You roll one for Torque, too.
Yep.
Do we recognize what this is?
You can do a check in a second.
Great. I was going to ask that before we fought to get that.
So just like this, so like a lot of times this won't be all set up.
Oh,
So I might
hey,
do
Torque,
this.
yeah, boy.
So once it is, then we can do the camera thing.
I'd be so proud.
I rolled you a natural 20, boy. Alright, so that's
So 20 and above?
21 for Torque.
21.
Just
Or is it
20.
22?
20?
20? 15 to 20? 10 to 15?
14.
12.
Tallulah.
Tallulah.
What'd you get?
9.
Ooh.
Hoorah!
Let's do that, alright.
Yeah, 20.
Okay. So, top of the order, Torque.
Alright, can he make a save to stop walking?
He can make a save.
And I would like to say, actually, Torque does have a ring that keeps... does that affect it? Alright, cool.
He took it off
He took it off?
for the other axe.
Oh. Didn't know.
You can,
Alright.
you can only be attuned to 3 items, so he's attuned to... I can't remember, but he's attuned to 3 other things.
Alright, I'll check on that. He is going to try to fight this suggestion.
Yep. Was a wisdom save? I can't even remember.
I think so.
Go with that.
14 wisdom save.
14 wisdom save. Does not save. So he's still walking towards these beasts because that's the shortest way out of this space.
Okay, so I guess he's gonna move 30 feet forward, and like the giant's not even there?
Okay.
That's all he can do, right?
He can. That's all he can do.
I mean, if I'm wrong, tell me. Like, if I can stop walking for a second, just let me know.
I'm gonna check one thing real quick. He's attuned to the ring of jumping, the belt of giant strength, and the big axe he just got.
Ted's axe.
Oh, he's attuned to that thing? Oh, can I? Damn it! Alright, cool. Great.
That thing is dope.
Yeah, I just... Cool.
Cool.
I didn't read that one. I just read his other one.
1 second. Go ahead and do another save.
Go ahead and do another save.
Say the beginning and the end of your turn, because the creature is not here at the moment.
A big fat 4.
Yeah, you're still
Wow.
Sounds like Eric.
Sounds like our boy.
Yeah, that'd actually be really cool if you could do stuff like that. Cool. Ends his turn.
I suppose so.
Deny you. Can you
I'm
please
gonna-
make a wisdom save?
That's
Good luck.
And stuff like that too. Sometimes I tweak things so it fits the story. Yeah.
7.
7. You do not succeed.
Hold my breath.
Good luck, homie.
Can I walk right past him? Just.
You're walking right up to the little guy at the
I'm
moment.
Not making eye contact.
Tallulah.
So, okay. Oh, wisdom. Who's not wise? Me. 10.
10.
We're doing great. Awesome.
No, cool. So I'm
You have to
walking.
make your second one, by the way. Sorry.
For Eric here, you would most likely be doing his Christopher Walken impression by now, given the amount of walking that we're all doing in the battle. Miss you, buddy.
Great.
What was your second one?
4. Oh, sorry.
Oh, my second one?
Yes. Barakabu.
14.
14. Okay.
What consarn it? It looks like there's 3 little guys.
There's a lot of little guys.
There's a
A lot
lot.
of little guys.
There's one here, here,
Yes.
here.
Currently, you can do a perception check.
Oh, just kidding. Don't give me power of deceit.
Oh, well, 25.
25. So you did pass some in the hallways, and the trees are moving because they're alive.
Oh,
There are some, they're kind of pouring out now that you guys have made yourselves aware or like present. They're kind of like funneling from the alleyways. You can see them kind of pouring around the buildings as well.
son of a bitch.
So they're everywhere.
Okay. Alright.
Cool.
Cool.
It's even better when you do it.
Well, I'm feeling like my friends are in a lot of trouble here. Because none of them can do anything but walk right into this. So I'm gonna charge for that big guy and take him on.
Okay.
With a 30 to hit. So
It hits.
okay, and that will be for 15 damage on the first hit, where I'm just going for the side of his kneecap
15 damage, alright.
there.
Okay.
And from that strike, I'm going to slide to the side with a straight parallel elbow to the other kneecap.
Okay, roll for attack.
And that one is a 20 to hit.
Hits.
Okay. This time for 16. And
Is it 14?
16.
first, yeah, this one was 16.
16. Got it.
And then I'm going to utilize some key to hop up to the side and launch a side kick into his leg as well.
Okay.
And that is for a 19.
Hits.
Oh, good.
It's a big undead creature.
Yeah. And that one's 14 damage.
14 damage, okay.
And I'm going to do sort of like a wall kick off that leg to just go for the crotch, even though it's undead.
Okay. Looking for
With
those
a
snake
backflip
balls.
off
Got it.
into
I
it.
mean, what if one of them falls on you, man? That'd be pretty bad.
What?
Go ahead.
Ah!
Okay, well that was a 22 to hit.
It hits. Roll for damage.
And that's 14 damage again.
14 damage. Can you make a dexterity save, please?
I'm gonna dexterity save the shit out that. That's 23.
23. As you do this kick and you kind of come down to your ground, you watch as something falls down.
Oh, we did.
Okay. And since that was a key strike, I'm going to impose that he cannot take reactions until his next turn.
Do I have to do a save?
DC 15.
Okay.
Ah,
good.
Cool. So he shouldn't be able to like react to them passing him by.
Okay.
Sweet.
Sweet.
And with that, I will use the other 30 feet of movement to move out of his range back, hoping that he'll just try to come after me and avoid my friends.
What was that last part again?
The other 30 feet of movement that I've got still, I'm going to go away, like try to get him to follow me and not attack my friends as they opposite the direction they're going so that I can get them to pass safely. Yeah.
Got it. Roll a d20.
13.
Okay. Okay.
And that's that.
Okay. Jadobi, please make a save. Does that make sense?
Wisdom save. Let's see what I got here.
Fire. All the time.
Wisdom. 18 total.
You feel like you're fighting it, but it's not high enough.
Okay. So, though I know I can't stop walking, I can still attack. So I will. Before I get there, of course, I'm gonna attack, and then I'm gonna start keep walking.
What are you doing to attack?
I am going to use fire bolts from my ring to his face.
Like a kind of like.
Well, I mean, I was like, Here we go. All right, so
roll a d20 first.
roll a d20.
Because technically, this spell says you take an action, and your action is to leave.
I rolled a 12 on the d20.
I won't let you cast a spell, but you can do a melee attack if you, as like you're walking by, you just hit something.
Okay. Well, bonus action. I'm going to summon arrows out.
Okay.
To the Great Club, and the bark armor is going to take over my body, and then I'm going to whack him with arrows in the kneecap, because that's all I can reach.
You guys still have control of your voices, right?
Yeah. Why?
Just saying.
I can't stop! I don't know what else to say.
Any spell that's also verbal probably has a somatic, thing to it.
Yeah.
So you have to, cast
But that's still an action. So
That's what I mean.
Yeah. But this, because it makes sense, maybe not casting a spell, but to to wail on somebody as you're walking by, that makes kind of sense.
Since Torque is right there, do I get advantage on this?
I mean, we're all right there.
All right, so with arrows, that's going to be a 27 to hit.
Hits? What are you hitting? The zombies or the big dude?
The big dude, right?
Okay.
I don't know. Are you?
Yeah, I guess you can do that.
As a note, just double checked, and of the 3 effects I can impose with open hand key strike, the not being able to take reaction actually doesn't require a DC save on your part. That's the only one that's just automatic, but it's till the end of my next turn that you can't take reaction.
Got it. Good thing I failed anyway.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Yeah. All right. So, on the first one, I haven't used arrows in a minute. Let me pull them up. There we go. There you go. Click. Plus. 5. Okay. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 points of bludgeoning damage. 14, 15. He's a +1. 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And then there's an explosion of frost for 5.
From the tip.
And he and he has to make a con save. Or is it a wisdom? Hold up, don't say it. It is a con save.
16.
Fail. So he is now paralyzed.
Fail. Can you paralyze something that's twice your size?
Yeah. There's no size limit on it. It's paralyzed.
Okay. Can you just make me feel better and roll a d20? I like the web thing with Jaren.
What size is this thing?
4.
Huge. 4?
Daddy.
Yes.
I'd say that most of him is paralyzed, but from his chest up, so his shoulders, arms are not paralyzed, but he cannot move.
Okay. Well, great.
We'll take it.
And because he's paralyzed, it takes another 2d6. Yes! One was lower, and then they hit the other one, and it got higher. 6. 10... 11 points of frost damage.
Okay.
Because he's paralyzed. And...
Wisdom save.
Okay.
I like that camera positioning. Makes it seem as if I'm ever talking to or playing to the camera, I'm just flirting with Duncan now.
I know. I keep looking at you and I'm like, I'm just
Okay.
21.
21. You feel your body. You've used all your movement, but you feel like you have full control of your body.
I think I'm okay. Fuck!
Okay.
I walk right by you. Fuck is right.
Oh my god, that's awesome. I kind of feel like Conan O'Brien here, where like he's always looking.
Oh,
to
yeah.
Andy,
Yeah.
Talking. You're my Andy.
I'm fine with that.
We have a new friend. His name is Duncan. He's helping with the stream.
Thanks, Duncan.
Thanks,
You want to come say hi?
Oh.
My aunt.
Hey, man.
Am I on?
I can't tell.
It looks like he's just Solo's son.
All right. And that's the end of my...
All right.
Actions.
So,
Just kill us all. End it now.
it's going to take 2 swipes. First at Tallulah.
No, not Tallulah.
18 hit.
She's
Yes.
my favorite.
2 hits with 18.
Great.
Great. You take... that's hard. You take 24 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ouch.
He's gonna rear back and wail again on Torque now.
No!
17 and 18 to hit Torque.
They both hit. Pause. 1 second.
What?
Yeah, I was looking at his items, so I... Well,
All right. So yeah, they both hit. 17 is his AC.
Torque not raging yet. He takes 32 points of bludgeoning damage.
Fuck.
Oh. He's really angry, but he just took it. All right.
Man.
So that ends the big guy's turn since he can move.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
He can't follow Jeremy.
My whole plan to lure him away.
Yeah, that was pointless.
That's okay. Genobi didn't know because I
That's
didn't
true.
call it out.
That's true.
Okay, we'll just do some waves here.
Oh boy.
Oh, yeah. Here they come.
This is so not okay for me.
Where's all your area spells, Mr. Druid?
15.
I couldn't cast
And
any.
9 does not hit Barakaboo. 20 doesn't hit Barakaboo. 20 hits you?
I'm
Yeah, that's
21 now. Oh no, I'm just 20 even.
Oh, I hit you. You take 17 points of necrotic damage. Halved to 8.
Have to have.
Okay. And it's their turn. Doobie. 8 misses, 17 hit.
Just hits.
Just hits. You take 7 points of necrotic damage.
Half to 3.
Half to 3. 19 hit Miss Denahi. And 19 hit Miss Denahi.
I'm sorry. He rolled a 17 to hit me. Yeah. My AC's 18. Sorry.
For that, Denahi takes
Oof.
22 points of necrotic damage.
Ooh, Thunderwave.
Shut up.
What are you at now?
I'm doing that.
What did I just say? 22?
Yes.
49, I think you're at.
Yeah, thank you.
Cool.
I look kind of normal size.
Cool. Ends their turn. Cool. Top of the order, Torque. Can please make a wisdom save for Mr. Torque.
Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Ooh. 20 total.
20 total. He just succeeds. So Torque now has his full... You have actions, movements, everything.
So he's going to pop into a rage right now.
Pop into a ring.
That's what he says. And then he is going to wail on the big guy.
Okay. With
This
the
is
big
nice.
axe?
Right. That new axe I didn't read. Yeah, with the new axe. He's going to...
Do you need help with it? Because it does have things for bigger things. Denahi, can you make a perception check, please?
Okay.
I see nothing. I have an 8.
You see something.
Maybe. If it's right under my foot.
All right.
Healing
So
potion,
this
it'll
is
go
going to
my
be
foot.
that plus action. There he is. Plus 10. No, plus 14. Good God. 24, 5, 6. 26 to hit.
That hits.
And for he's using redemption as the weapon, yeah?
Correct.
So that's going to be 2d12
Mm-hmm.
slashing. And do I pick the other ones, or
What are you talking about?
because for the damage it says 2d12 this, 4d12 that, 2d12 this.
So it's 2d12 as a normal attack. If you use a bonus action to make it a lightning attack, then you get an additional 2d12 lightning.
Got it.
It's a dragon creature, then it's an additional 4d12.
Got it. All right. So since it took his bonus to rage, it's going to be he does 19 points of slashing damage to this guy's kneecap.
Wow. Nice.
You have a +4 damage. This extra. Cool. And he's going to do it again. Nice.
There we go.
No, he doesn't crit on this anymore. That's the other weapon.
It's only if it's spiked, too.
Right. So that's going to be 30-something to hit.
That hits. This is Torque's other weapon.
That was a nice spin, but 26 points of damage, slashing to the kneecap.
The choice is yours.
He just cleaves it off, and the giant falls to his death as he just keeps bashing and bashing.
So with the first swipe, you just pull out redemption. It glows in that radiant glow. You just slide straight through his kneecap. You watch as his leg crumples off his body, comes down, and as he comes down, you come up with an uppercut, chopping off the head of this large creature.
Go him. How much health did he get back from that?
He didn't get any help from that.
He didn't get any health from... Right, because they're
Different
fucking
axe.
dead. Because they're dead.
Well, no, it's a different weapon.
Oh.
He only gets those from the
Yeah,
Souls of Vengeance.
All right, and now he is going to jump. He's going to get all up in these guys' faces right here. He's going right here.
Just to prepare for next.
Yeah.
Okay. Make an intelligence check.
Roll a 4. I don't think he has high intelligence to add to that, but let's see.
It's like minus.
Intelligence -1. So 3.
Same.
Alright. And your turn?
For amusement, can you tell us what you would have told him if he had...
No.
Okay.
Next time.
Yeah, that ends his turn. He can't do anything else.
Got it. Denahi.
Okay, wisdom.
Now, usually I do a. What was your perception check? Excuse me. Can you do another perception check real quick?
That was a 19 though.
19.
13.
13. As you were walking past that house, you see a bottle with the label Mercer on it, regular healing potion.
Cool. I walk right by it because I can't.
Oh, you can grab it.
I'll let you grab it. That's fine. You can't use it yet, but yeah.
Tail!
With the 19,
Okay.
you roll the 19 for your wisdom save. You do gain control of your body.
Yes. All right. What's in front of me right now, dude?
A bunch of zombies are in front.
Bunch of zombies.
Okay.
Well, we don't.
Yes.
Yeah.
Undead. Yes.
We don't. know
Weird,
what they are.
scraggly things
We
that
call
look like they
them
could have died
the
before.
Risen.
Alright.
We call them the squishies.
So I break out of it. I stop in my place and I look around and I see a group of zombies, I guess, right in front of me. So my eyes turn solid black and I open my mouth and a fleet of locusts just come pouring out of my mouth.
Gross, but
So I'll
hot.
cast Insect Plague.
Gross but hot.
That's what I say.
That was my nickname
Like,
in high school.
it's a 20-foot
Yeah, she just got it out.
20-foot sphere. They all have to make a Constitution save.
What's
I'm
the
still proud of you.
yeah, you're on it. What's the thing? The spell?
Insect Plague.
Did you update your thing by chance?
I put that on there, yeah.
1 second.
Where are you casting it out of curiosity?
Right in front of me, in front of the zombies.
I say they all failed. Automatically.
Okay. So they get.
It's a sphere though, right?
Yeah. And it's staying there.
And who are you trying to hit?
Torque in that.
Like these
I'm
guys
trying
right
to
here?
yeah, next to Torque. It goes around corners and stuff, so if there's anyone hiding back there.
There's like 6. You can get like 6.
The only thing they fear was sphere itself.
I mean, you can make it a little closer if you want to get Genobi in there, too. I mean, technically she was the first shots fired, so it's fine.
22 points of damage each.
22 points of damage.
Damn. And they just like
They go
So
for the
3 of them
eyes.
actually
they
died.
go for
They
the
go for the
Three of them
moisture.
die.
You watch as 3 of them are like and like trying to fight off these insects, and they're just kind of chawing at their dead body, and you just watch as it just eats away at it, and it just like leg extend and then it falls over. The other 3 are looking pretty rough though.
Okay. That's all I do for now.
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna drink that healing potion.
Hey, I'm proud of you.
So regular one.
Yeah, regular gun. Humana. Salula.
me.
Wisdom save.
Beautiful.
14.
Okay.
Here I go, walking out the city, 'cause that's what the big bad guy told me to do.
Ow.
Opportunity attacks, because they just walked into the thing. 16 hit?
Nope.
That doesn't hit either. Lucky you. Wisdom save.
5.
Spin.
Thank you.
You guys are shitty at your wisdom save today.
She's -1.
No, I'm +0 to wisdom, -1 to
Oh.
intelligence.
Oh,
Got it.
well,
She's a smart one.
that's a margin.
I learned to fight, not how to read.
Fair.
Are you guys all okay now?
No, here I go, walking out the city. See you later.
Watch out for the insects.
I don't. Oh no, I can't. They're in my eyes.
Does she have to make the plague stays there, right?
Yeah.
You
I
gotta
will
make
make
what's the save?
Constitution save.
You make a Constitution save.
We'll be
Walking
we'll be
right
fine.
through it.
Constitution's fine. 17.
Matched.
So she made it.
No, that means she takes it if she matches.
Doesn't it go to
No,
the player?
no.
What's the
Like
player
that's
if
the
it's
DC.
five?
If you make the DC, then you pass, right? Yeah, we've already done. Yeah,
No, I think
we've
Matt-
always done that.
Are you sure?
I'm positive, bruh. I'm positive.
So then she takes half?
Yeah.
We'll go with that. I'm too tired to argue. Yeah, Ty goes to the caster, that's what I thought. Yeah, I think we're confusing other things.
I don't know. I feel like it goes to the person who rolls the thing.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
Where'd you go? Where'd you roll?
We have our fact check can I have right now. Right now I don't care.
9.
We'll just say you just partially walk through the thing so you get half damage. 9 damage? 9 damage.
In my head I say, he's not here. And you're fucking locusts.
You're
I
fucking
left Australia for these. It's fine.
Giant fucking insects.
Giant fucking insects.
Australia? Where's that?
Somewhere. I made it up as a child.
Okay.
Who's next up? I didn't make
Is this in another
We already rolled.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
So seeing that Torque has spelled the big boy, I get kind of excited and I smile a little. And I reach over to this creature to my right, and I inflict a backhand strike for 16 damage.
Okay.
And then I
What was the attack? Did you attack?
Huh?
What was your attack?
Oh, it was like a 20-something.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, I figured it
I
was.
just assumed it. Yeah, I forgot.
Bad habits. Yeah.
Yeah. What did I say it was? 16.
16, already got it.
Yep. And then I'm going to grab it by the head with a knee strike, just pulling and shoving my knee into it at the same
Go
time.
for attack? Like the player?
Ooh, that was so close. That's a 31.
Yeah. Yeah,
But-
hit the zombie.
Yes. Oh, it's another 16. Yeah. Is he still up?
No, 1 second. No, one dude's dead.
All right.
Nice
And
reasoning.
so
My brain's fried.
I just get so freaking stoked when I strike him, and I just feel his head detach. That I just keep going through with it, and I rip out and I grab it by the spine, and I use that to golf swing up into the next one.
Very reminiscent of episode 3.
Episode 3.
Yeah, remember you guys were fighting the orcs in the keep, and you were like launching heads.
Oh, and I spiked the head and hit Torque.
Wouldn't it not
So-
be an unarmed strike though?
It's flavor.
I'm just.
Roll for attack.
Yeah, that's a 19 to hit.
Whose team are you on?
Yeah.
The game.
And that is 15 damage.
He's dead.
Sweet. Tallulah's in a cloud of insects, correct?
Tallulah passed the cloud of insects and is now surrounded by zombies.
Past it?
Dead.
How big
Oh,
is
okay,
it?
so she's getting
20-foot sphere.
The
away.
sphere was like right here, so she caught like the tail end of it. We
Oh, I
did
see.
Trying to
confirm that
avoid
the tie
her.
does go to the player, so we're good. But now she's surrounded by zombies or dead things.
Okay.
It's fine. I'm just gonna keep walking. I have a shield next to me, kind of.
All right. So, final strike. Plant my feet. Come up with a spinning back kick onto the last one standing there next to me. That's a 19
Hit.
for 11 damage.
11 damage.
Uh huh.
Okay, he's looking pretty rough.
And I am going to rush to Tallulah's side to hopefully pull some of the aggro away from her.
What's your movement?
At 60 feet.
And this side or this side?
Kind of alongside her if possible. If not, then just, you know.
Okay.
Hi, Tallulah.
How tall are you?
Like a little around like 6'1".
Okay, I'm a little taller than you.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting cosplay. We'll get some stilts or something out of it.
Yes! I
And that'll do
Okay.
for
can
Boo.
that'll do, boo.
That'll do, Boo.
Alright.
It's another Australian.
Jadobi.
I know
All
my
right, I'm up
culture.
next. I'm gonna say, "Hang on, Tallulah!" And I'm gonna speak out in Druidic as my tattoos glow a moon silver. Reach up to the sky and pull down a moon beam upon.
What's the radius on it?
Yeah, that shit's gonna kill me. It's fine.
No, it's not. The radius it's a 10-foot diameter
Diameter or radius?
diameter. 10 foot.
Like that.
Yeah. And I'm gonna focus it right on these two, and then I'm gonna move it like right along the front. Huh?
Is it always that small?
Yeah, I believe it's like a 5-foot radius, so it's like a 10-foot like.
I thought it was bigger than that. Anyway, so yeah, you can try to scoop. Got it.
Yeah, I just want to bring it down on these two and go shroom in front of these guys
Just move
without hurting my friends.
So
of course.
the first time you cast a spell, then that's the doom, and then the next time you can use the action to move it. correct?
Okay.
That's how we did it before. when you fought the undead before.
Let's go with it.
Yeah.
So those two have to make a con save.
Automatic fail.
They're fucking bad.
All right, and this was at 4th level. Let's see where's my damage at? Moonbeam, found you. All right, so here we go. 4th level. 1,
Tallulah, can you make a perception check, please?
3, 4.
You're getting there.
Huh?
So you're getting there.
You're good.
6.
All right, so we got
Baraka, can you make a
22 points of radiant damage to those guys, both.
21.
They did.
All right, let's see. That was my action. Bonus action. I can't really. No one's really hurting too bad. I'm done. That's it.
Can you tangle on a bonus?
No.
What was your perception check?
21.
21. As you are standing next to Tallulah, and after this moonbeam comes down from the sky, and just incinerates those two creatures, you watch coming from the belt of one of those creatures, ting, 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 a relatively large bottle with red liquid falls near Tallulah's feet.
Oh. I mean, it's not my turn.
I know, I'm just letting you know.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, because she looked at me, she's like, what? I'm like, what do I think?
It's fine. It's fine.
I don't believe I want to move.
Okay.
So I'm done.
Good. Zombie's turn.
Come at me, bitch. Fizz, bitches.
I mean, everybody. Okay.
You practice your zombie noises?
Oh man, when we
They're
go,
really good. I like them.
when my son and I, we would go to the haunted houses and stuff, we'd be waiting in line, and I would just be like, people like, it would be awesome. Fantastic. Can't wait. Halloween's my most favorite. Natural 12. Oh my God.
On who?
Why?
Denahi.
Why?
Oh, fuck you.
It's a zombie attack. How bad can it hurt? Zombies.
I
I know.
29 points of necrotic damage.
There you go.
What are these things attacking with?
They're dead.
It's,
Alright.
some of them get 3, some get 2 attacks. Some just doing it all at once. Doobie.
Like your little baby nails. Shut the fuck up,
Did
right
you get another gnat? Of course he did.
We
Stop
get
it.
confirmation now.
Oh my god.
Can you bless my dice?
Don't use him for that.
Just,
He rolls way too
just
many
one
points.
net. Just one net.
No. We should switch Dave
Yeah.
at some point.
Should have got you guys.
You only take 22 points, half to a necrotic.
Thank
Like,
you.
Rockaboo.
I like drumstick.
Misses.
That's not possible.
And that misses. Can you look again?
No.
Oh, for the love of God. That's insane.
I'm gonna need you
This is
to
like
load it
12 times
die.
an episode.
Yes,
They're
load
not
it.
Yeah,
Nice.
every day. Every day.
I told you it's
Every day.
intention. I explained to them it's intention. I literally say
State the
natural 20 and I
number.
throw it
Just
for 20.
state
Natural
the damage.
The secret.
14 points of necrotic half to 7. And Tallulah.
I debated. I was
18
gonna tell him no
18 hits.
because I've got sanctuary.
Is it up?
I can decide to negate one attack attack.
Oh, you might want to hold on to that.
But yeah,
Once you
But that's
7
not
points
much.
of necrotic.
once you attack, it's over.
You have necrotic?
I have resistance to necrotics because of the armor he gave me.
No, motherfucker's just resistant to my shit. You know what? Fuck y'all.
You gave it to me.
15 hit torque? No. I missed it too. Okay.
My armor of necrotic resistant breastplate.
I'm at
Is
17.
literally what it's called.
Nice.
I don't know what I just did. I just did something. Cool. Top of the order. Did I make a perception check?
Did you see that?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
I mean, you had gotta be mad about it.
Yeah, usually if I get tagged, I see it.
I got a 5.
A 5.
You're saying I need to write faster.
You can do perception check
Yes.
too.
All right, here we go, perception.
Torque.
Natural 20 on my perception check.
Oh my.
With my half elven eyes, see.
You see what looks to be a regular healing potion sitting next to
On the
Denahi.
shoulder.
A regular healing potion sitting next to Denahi.
Correct.
All right. I will grab it, and I will make sure to give it to her. I can give it to her as a. Oh, it's not my turn. Never mind.
No.
Cool. I grab it.
Handing something to a conscious person does not cause anything.
Cool. Awesome. All right.
good.
Regular.
Torque.
All right. Cool. Here it comes.
Torque.
He is going to. He's surrounded, so he's gonna go to hit the one in front of him first. No, he's gonna hit the one that's closest to Tallulah, to his
Intelligence check.
intelligence. Here we go. Good luck, bud.
Advantage.
13 total.
With
13, that'll do it.
Oh, with advantage.
Whatever, 13 will do it. Fine, don't do it. Fuck.
Knowing his weapon arsenal, the big axe is for big guys, and the little axe traditionally would be for little guys.
Big axe?
What are
Little axe.
The little axe, the two great axes that he has,
Yeah.
he can attack 3 times.
Yeah.
He can spike things.
Doesn't he have to
gets-
attune to it though?
No, those axes are part of his soul, just like your weapon is part of your soul.
Okay.
Those are soul-bound weapons. So
Okay.
he is always attuned to it.
Great.
But so you get 3 attacks. If you spike an undead creature, then you can crit a 19 or 20.
True.
Do you need the sheet or you got it?
I have it.
Okay. But also the life steal does work with those 2 axes.
Okay.
So he has a soul siphon thing too now.
He's
on a killing
going.
blow, he can get sucks.
They're like ridiculously OP.
All right. He's gonna
New
switch
axes
weapons.
pretty dope. Okay. Now it's your turn. Please go ahead.
All right. With one axe, he's gonna hit the guy to his right.
With the spike.
Spike it.
Okay.
Ooh, that was a 19 plus stuff, so that definitely hits.
Yeah. 1d10.
So 1d10.
1d10. So currently, your favorite enemy is an undead creature.
Awesome. Beautiful. So that's going to be 11 points
11
of
points.
damage. And so now he's going to do it again with the other one.
With the blade.
This is true. He misses. He rolled a... Well, it's a 2 plus stuff. So let me see. 2 plus 8. Oh, does a 10 hit?
10?
Yeah.
10 does not hit.
All right. And then with his...
Whoa. Why are you adding 8?
Why am I adding
It's
8?
plus 12 to hit for his axes.
Oh. Well, no. Well, on here it says plus 8. But okay.
That's the damage.
Great.
Looking
All
at
right.
that thing.
Then 14 to hit.
That hits.
8. So that's 24 points of damage.
24 points of damage. You watch as boom, you come down hard with the same one you spiked with the blade, crushing down on the creature. You watch as the creature just falls to mush. You watch then the runes on the axe start to glow, this radiant yellow, and you watch as energy source comes from this dead creature into you, and you get 11 points of healing back.
Excellent. Bonus action. He's hitting the one to his left. 14 to hit.
14 just hits.
19 points of slashing to that one.
Okay, he's looking pretty rough.
He's done.
Okay, Nahi.
Okay.
You see you see Jadobi grab a potion next to you, hinting that he was going to hand it to you.
I'm gonna have some of that.
All right.
Here you go. Take it.
It's a chug.
Might have some of that.
Bonus action to chug it.
Awesome.
Chug it live.
It's 2D.
2d4 plus 2.
2. 7 points back to me.
You know, I should let you try. There was a time where Rockaboo was
It's okay,
grappled by a mind flare,
That you didn't. It's fine.
and he was trying to chug a healing potion through the.
Should they cover
Oh, the
now?
butt chug.
Did it
Yeah.
do it? Did you do it?
I didn't let him
You
do
would-
it.
Oh,
How much did
Because
you
of
heal for?
gravity.
that's smart. That's fair.
Huh?
How much did you heal for?
I can get it's like downward
I'm at
dog.
24 now.
Absolutely.
She's at
not.
24 now.
Thank you. Sorry, I'm squirreling today.
Yep.
Alright. So I'm gonna use some of my sorcery points for a
Well,
twin
it might
spell.
be the energy drinks and Mountain Dew. I don't know.
No,
and
if
the
I had
2
more.
zombies in front of me. Where's my cat pointer? these two, the ones right in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I got you next round. That's fine.
I'm gonna reach out and like grab like their jaw like this,
Uh-huh.
That's fine.
and then cast Shocking Grasp.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
On 2 of them?
Yes.
Cool.
Got 2 hands.
She's doing that. Yeah.
23 to hit.
It hits.
Damn, how many can I do now? 3? 6.
Not bad.
Yeah. 17 points of damage each.
17 points. You watch as both of them, their heads kind of explode. Dex save. Jadobi.
Okay.
Could you send a shocking grass through your tail?
I could. I just have to touch them.
And she has metal tips on her tail too. That might even do more damage.
Nice. Does that mean you can hit 3 at once?
You can use it as a.
So I got dex save. I think it's probably plus 1.
Interesting.
Yes, plus 1. So 14.
14. You're fine, but you watch as these body parts come flying at you. You kind of duck out of the way.
I take their remaining jaws and just crush it in my hands, but I can't because I'm not very strong, so I just drop them.
I know. I'm totally swirling again. But didn't you like take 2 people's heads and like shoot fireballs from their heads?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was beautiful.
That's awesome. All right. Sorry. Sorry.
But then set the ship on fire.
Tallulah.
11.
Can you make?
I won't be in a fight if they can't fight.
You're so...
Roll another d20.
Did she get slapped?
Do it.
Can we
Don't be
slap
easy
her?
on me.
No one's going easy on you. There's a time limit on these.
16.
16. So with the 16, you do find yourself kind of coming out of this daze. What would you like to do?
Smash.
All right, hold on, let's go.
Smash.
I'm using a brand new weapon that I've never used before. The one right in front of me.
Roll for attack.
16.
16 hits. Roll for damage.
Okay, great. So this thing gets 1d8 and 2d10. Well, this one is 15 points of bludgeoning and then 10 points of radiant damage.
15, 10, so 25.
25.
Got it. With that, you come out with your warhammer, boom, and it's just the pressure of that. And you watch as a radiant explosion comes from. And you just watch as it just crumbles and parts get flailed everywhere.
And I think that I noticed Brockaboo pointing at something on the ground. Maybe.
Perception check. Clever girl.
21.
21. You do see what looks to be a very large potion on the ground.
Chug it,
I
chug
take it
it,
back
chug.
and I pick it up. And I slam it down my throat.
Mhm.
Yes, and then it went back down.
How big of a potion is it?
Spirit.
Ooh. I think you're an ogre heel.
Yeah.
Who sent that? I forgot already. It was a while ago.
Oh gosh. I'm pretty sure it was the
Oh,
Nordic Geek.
with the logo of Nordic on it.
Wow. From the north, like me. Yeah, how many is that? Fucking a lot.
That is 8d4 plus 8.
Yeah, I might overheal, but
Do you want more d4?
sure, give him over.
How many do you need?
5. Oh, D4. Only D6s.
I mean, I can hit you again before that if you want, so you can lose more hit points. Just roll your dice.
Sounds like my team.
Oh, you got some good ones over there.
5, 6, 10, 14, 18, 23.
Perception
Plus
check
8.
Yep.
23 plus 8 is 31.
denying. Okay.
Nice.
14.
Oh yeah.
You see a
That's
large
a good
potion
deal.
as well when you're where you are
Oh.
on the ground.
I grab it and I look around for more. Where are these coming
All the
That's-
people just left them on the streets.
That's some good
It is a
healing.
superior healing with a label of Mercer on it.
Oh, are
Two
they
in a
are they
row
are they
for
bit
Mercer.
fighting?
I don't know.
Great. That's some good healing there.
What's that word that you used? Bit? I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I was just your friend for like 20 plus years. You never met her.
You are not hurt.
She's attacking.
Yeah, so that's, there's still one next to me, right?
Yep.
Great. Here's those back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna continue swinging at him. 23.
Hits.
Beautiful. I like this number. Oh, God. 17 regular damage.
Let's do that in
And,
my house that you were enacting it.
oh god, 13 radiant. So 30 total damage. Fuck.
Finally. Lewis is like, finally hit
Just
things.
Well,
bloodlust.
she's like, finally I can fucking do something.
I mean, they are undead, for God's sake.
Alright, listen.
I'm not gonna.
If I could have hit the big guy, I would have.
All right, is it Boo's turn now?
No, I have one more attack.
Go for it.
If I can.
Oh, there's 4 targets.
I finally get 3 attacks, guys. That's
Get
what
it,
I'm saying.
get it.
I'm gonna walk between Torque and, that's his name, right?
Yep.
Torque. Wow. I was gonna say Drac. Torque and Boo, and
Just close the Twitch window and just
smash the one in front of
You get a third attack.
Torque. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
And the third one.
Not to burst the bubble
It's fine.
or anything. It's just 2d10 rating.
Is it? But it says 1d8.
D&D Beyond doesn't let you change the first whatever
Okay.
the natural weapon is.
I had conferred with an expert on this.
Well, his weapons are different.
Fine.
It's still dope.
2d10 is still dope.
Fine.
Roll it.
25 to hit.
That hits. Still deflated, man.
7.
Which one are you swinging at?
The one in front of Torque.
I haven't done that too.
Huh?
How would you like to do that one? The choice is yours.
Whatever. It's fucking dead. I smash its fucking face in.
I love
With
your
the giant
energy.
blinding ray of light that comes from the
let's
sound.
switch like this.
Okay.
Whatever.
Get it, Boo.
Boom.
There's 2 of them left?
Yeah, go ahead and end it.
They're right in front of you.
Okay. Okay. So that's a 30 and a 22 to hit, because I'm just going to go up with a double kick.
Like a.
Yeah.
I like it.
And, that's a 13 and a 15.
13 and 15?
Yeah.
Okay, one of them dies.
And as I plant my feet, whoosh, that's a 20. No, that's a 26 to hit for another 12 damage with a spinning kick that just goes clean through.
As you do that, can Jadobi make a dex save?
Oh,
And deny him for that matter.
Natural 20.
Never use dexterity. 8.
8. So as Barakabu does that, whoa, does a spinning heel kick, hits the head, you watch as the head leaves its body, coming towards the eye, chomping. Jadobi goes, wow, and just catches it.
oh, nice.
It's still biting.
Smash it! Smash it!
And you watch as the last zombie is now dead.
Okay, so then question. So I don't get any plus to that. It's just 2d10.
2d10 is the damage to it.
But I don't get like a plus to it.
2d10
it's whatever
plus your
plus,
strength?
like whatever your normal modifier is for a melee weapon.
Okay.
So what is it? What is it? 1d8 plus
10.
10. So then it's 2d10 plus.
2d10 plus 10.
Correct.
17 is what that was supposed to be then.
Still killed it. Good job.
It's mush.
It is. What?
Are you all okay? Are you all right?
I think so now.
Are you
Perception
guys
check.
all right?
Perception checks.
Your feet are good now?
Yeah.
Yeah, they stopped moving. I think I can move them. 12.
12.
What are we rolling?
Perception.
You can do one for 22. 17. 17.
Oh, that was so bad. That's so horrible.
Can you make it in the tower?
All right, so mine was 6 total. His was 3 plus stuff. What about y'all?
6.
Damn. 17. What was yours again, Tulu?
12.
12. Okay, so you two, you see a couple shadows move in the distance. You see one over this way, 1 and 2 over this way, and those like almost like there was something standing there and it darts into the alley. But all you do is see a shadow that moves. Then you hear a clapping.
That's familiar.
Up at the top, up here, you see. Stand up.
Praxis?
Very good, very good. I don't know why my brother wants to keep you alive. I don't fancy his opinions all the time. So, why don't you all have fun with my pets instead? Kill them. Bring the druid to the keep.
Is she still there?
She's still there?
Are you single?
Put an arm in front of Jadobi.
You see a poof, and a poof. Do a perception check for me real quick.
Jadobi, why do they need
I don't know.
Probably because of how he can help out his niece and nephew.
Who are they?
The ones that he wants to use to bring back his queen.
Are they special?
Oh yeah, they're very magical.
17.
17. 12.
13.
13.
Oh, 15.
15.
Tor got a netting 20.
So the 5 of you looking around now, kind of getting in the Avenger stance where you're kind of starting to circle around, just looking around. You see her up there. Do you recall her name by chance?
I don't. I just recall her brother's name.
Starts with a J?
No. Just for the record, her name is Rosalind.
Nah.
Rosalind.
Lady Karan.
Rosalind.
And you all die. So you see 3 other forms of creatures similar to Lady and Lord Karan,
Jeez.
but not quite as pristine, not quite as noble.
Mm-hmm.
These other 3 are a little bit more hunched over a little bit. They have somewhat nice clothes, very pale skin, just like the other ones. You see fangs hanging down from their top teeth, kind of in this more aggressive, like, feral state. Can everyone please roll initiative?
Let's
Let's fucking go!
Let's go!
Would
No!
Boo know anything from his book?
This one, check.
I'm so sorry.
No, damn it.
20. 20 history check or 20 initiative?
Bring me back.
Both actually.
We'll sit on the history check for a second. Go ahead. You got 20?
Yeah.
Anything else above 20?
Oh my god.
Who on top? 15 to 20.
19.
19.
Lord.
10 to
She's
15.
ready.
Torque got a 10.
Okay. Everybody else?
8.
8?
2.
Oh my. Oh my.
Defend yourself.
You're top, right?
So, as you all get into this defensive stance, you kind of circle up a little bit. You see Lady Karan up top just motioning to her minions, laughing maniacally up in the top. And that's where we're going to take our break. So, we're going to go ahead and take a quick 10-minute break. We'll be back in 10 minutes or so. Make sure you guys stick around.
Don't forget
much
history
typing?
check.
And we're back. Shit balls. Doesn't matter. This is the Skull Rock thing that we are giving away right now. So go ahead and exclamation point raffle to win your own little
it's a
awesome super duper
nice.
3D printed thing from our friends at Ether Studios. Go ahead and check them out. They have about 10 hours left in their Kickstarter. Let's hold on to that, please. Cool. All right. Initiative. Creatures you don't know what they are. And top of the order for Rockaboo.
There's 3 of them?
3 plus her in the top. There's one right here, there, and then she's up there.
And your history check.
Oh,
In the history check.
history check. So the book doesn't speak specifically about these undead creatures with these pointy teeth and anything like that, but there is speak of an ancient evil that died. The book was roughly, what do we say, like 500-600 years, give or take. You thought it was fiction at first, but it seems like it'd be the journal of Thais. So dating back before Theis's time. So roughly, if you put it into context with the dates he talked about in his book, roughly 1,000 years or so ago, an ancient evil was killed. And if it wasn't killed in the correct way, it would be reborn in roughly 1,000 years. So that does definitely hit a chord, but you does not give any specific details on what these creatures are, what their weaknesses are, or anything like that.
Okay, then I am going to rush the closest one, which looks to be on my right.
Okay. This guy right here?
Yeah, and that is a 21 to hit.
21 hits.
For 15 damage on the first strike.
15 damage, alright?
Yeah, I have my superior potion on it.
And then 23 on the second.
23 on the second? To hit? Yes.
Yeah. For 16 damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to summon and activate Key to strike again.
Okay.
This time for 30.
Hits.
For 10 damage.
Alright.
And with the final hits is 30 again.
Hits.
For 9 damage, and I want him to make a con save of 15 or be paralyzed.
One moment.
Okay. And with that, I will move myself back out of his range.
Out of his range?
Yeah.
Can you make a wisdom save?
11?
11? Where are you going?
I'll go back beside Jay and Denahi then.
Okay. As you dart backwards, you don't see this creature move at all, but you feel like something just punches you in your head, in your temple. And you take 7 points of psychic damage.
Huh.
Oh.
That's a funny feeling.
It's a funny feeling. Do a perception check too. Perception check for you as well.
For me?
Both of you.
15.
15. Every time that you hit these creatures, it looks like they're not taking quite as much damage as you normally deal. What's yours, Denahi?
6.
6. You see, that's good enough. You see a medium-sized potion sitting next to you.
Sweet deal.
There is a crate of a bunch of potions, but most of them are empty. But you find another one.
Yeah, I'll Turn around and
It
dig
has a
through
label
that.
of Nordic on it.
It's a greater
Nordic and Mercer, man. It must be some really like
Is it payday?
bad.
They're just merchants.
They're bad merchants. They're just their cart tipped over. It's
Throwing
great.
stuff everywhere.
Ends your turn.
Yes.
Got it. Tallulah.
Great. I have one regular healing potion still on me, so I'm going to take that out of my belt, pop the cork, and down that.
Okay. Bonus action. You
Bonus
drink the potion.
For 6 points.
Okay.
And I'm going to smash the bottle on the ground and then walk towards the one that Boo just punched.
Okay.
And I'm going to great. I'm going to hit it with my hammer. I'm gonna like swing towards its legs to try and do a trip attack.
Okay.
18.
18 just hits.
It's
It's a one-handed hammer, by the way.
great.
Yeah. Yeah.
One-handed.
Because you're holding a shield in it.
Spirit of die is 1d10. So 12. So 27 radiant damage, and it takes or a strength saving throw.
4.
17.
I mean, what was it?
It's a save. I have a trip attack for my.
That's right. So as you go to swipe the feet of this creature, and looks like it almost does that motion, and you watch in front of you as its shape kind of shifts into like a shadow form, regains its composure, and standing right there. But it does take the full. hit.
Okay, so then I'm gonna swing again at it because I'm mad at it.
Okay, roll for attack.
Whew. 30. 16 plus 12. About 30.
To hit? Yeah.
28. Thanks.
Doesn't hit.
It doesn't hit. For 22 damage. Radiant damage. And what does this thing do? No, I already did my bonus attack, so I'm gonna hit it again.
Okay.
For 14.
Does not hit.
Great.
Ends your turn.
Oh, wham, wham, wham.
Oh, it's not a save. Cool. 18 hit.
So after 2, the thing comes.
You watch as this creature, as you wail on it, it takes it. You watch as his body like ripples with the radiant energy, jumps at you, wraps his arm around the back of your head, pulling your head back, goes to take a bite using a vampiric touch of sorts. You take 30. You take 31 points of necrotic damage.
Halved.
1 second. Can you make?
That's Noah's backstory. That cringe is coming from.
These things are
Is that
tough.
Oh, that's interesting. I'm gonna do it a little differently.
Did you make
what
these
was
creatures?
So
No.
it was 31, half to 15.
15? Got it. So 15. As you watch as it has you kind of grappled in this thing, and yeah, y'all fucking see this. It was crazy. You see like blood squirting out of her neck, and you see this creature looking right at you. The pale skin is covered in blood, like it's drinking his blood. Perception check since you're closest.
Tallulah!
15.
15. You see some of the wounds it just took start to
Fuck.
heal. It's gonna go. After he does that, he pushes you back. Dexterity save.
Not great. Ooh, natural 20!
Natural 20. He pushes you back. You kind of take one step back and kind of maintain your ground. Looks around. Lost it. Oh, that's not the right sheet. 19 hit.
Yes.
You take another 18 points of where is it at? Of force damage as you watch as this blue purple energy just comes right out of his hand, blasts you with this eldritch type of impact.
Cry.
That does end its turn. It's now the other one's turn. Let's see, who's gonna be? No. Denahi and Jadobi, please make a wisdom save.
20.
Okay.
Is this a charming effect at all?
No. Which doesn't. Oh, interesting. Should suggestions still work?
I mean, I have advantage on charming things. So suggestion was a charm, but I just forgot the time.
Oh, because you're not full elf. Got it. Never mind. Doesn't matter. Because elves can't be charmed. That's where my mind was going.
Oh, well, me being half, if I'll have advantage on that kind of stuff. So is this a charming or no?
No. Too many words. Too many words.
And this was a what save? I'm sorry, a wisdom?
Yes.
I'm gonna use a favored by the gods for advantage.
For you?
Yeah. I'm glad I did.
Didn't you get a 20?
I got 11 the first time. 19 this time.
15.
15. Wisdom
save.
Okay. So, you watch as the creature kind of looks at the three of you together and like points at you and you take 20 points of necrotic damage.
Half to 10. This son of a bitch.
Ends the turn.
What's wrong?
What's
What's wrong? What happened?
It gave me a headache!
Okay.
Really bad one.
What's Torque doing?
Torque, right. He is still enraged. He is going to leap his ass.
Roll a d20.
Because
you were out of combat.
For a millisecond. And then she said her
She monologued
things
for a
after her.
What'd you get?
I'm sorry. I rolled a d20 and added what?
Just a d20.
A 7.
You beat me. It's alright. You still got it.
He's gonna. Where's the? Here we go.
This guy? Or the blue guy?
Oh, I didn't even see that guy behind there. He's gonna go to. Nah, yeah, that guy. Because I got a plan.
That's the other pointer, by the way.
Good! He's gonna get it! He's going in with his horn.
He doesn't need to. It's so.
He doesn't know that. Oh, okay. Intelligence edge. Well, 3 probably. So 2.
Yeah, no, you're right. He doesn't.
He's gonna horn him. 18 plus stuff.
Hits.
All right.
18 plus 2.
So that's 1d10. Where are they at? There you are. Ooh, that's 10 plus 8 plus 2.
20.
Are you using words? What is it?
Am I using words?
10 plus 8 plus
10 on the die.
Got it.
Plus like 8 that he has. Plus
Oh.
2 because he's raging. Yeah?
Hang on. I understand what you're speaking now. So it was 10 on the die?
Yes.
Plus 4, 8.
Plus 2.
18 plus 2.
Because rage.
20.
That's what he takes.
Got it. And what kind of damage
From
is
the
it?
horn.
It's just
Spiking. Or probably piercing.
Piercing?
By a magical weapon.
Magical piercing.
2 point, yeah.
Okay. And after that, he's gonna go in with the blade side. Yeah! Daily hero point gone. Better. 10 plus stuff to hit.
What's the stuff?
You're doing that.
Oh, 12.
12? Wait, what?
It's 12 to hit.
Oh, all right, 22 to hit.
Yeah.
With the blade side, I need 2d10. Get it, Torque. Well, you know. 6 plus stuff. 6 plus 8 plus 2.
So just plus 10. Just remember.
Yes, sorry, I just
So
always
16?
I just break it down. Yes.
Got it.
And he has a bonus action, so he's gonna hit him.
Hit him again.
14 plus 26 to hit.
Hits.
Jesus Christ.
You're rolling low, too.
19 points of damage.
Okay, perception check.
Come on, Torque. Natural 20 Torque.
Torque, you know how much damage your blades do. You've been using them for quite a while. This creature is not taking as much damage as you normally assume.
Noted. He's done.
Okay. 9. It's like Den. Who's Den? Like
I'm gonna drink the. What's the biggest one I got? Superior?
I don't
Greater
know.
healing.
Greater, I think. Yeah.
Okay, so 44.
Mm.
16.
Huh?
A little
What
bit.
are you at now?
39. Okay. I'm facing the one attacking Tallulah right now.
Cool.
How far is she from him?
She's right next to me.
Right next to him. Let's hope it hits. I'm gonna cast a firebolt.
All right.
Oh yeah.
23 to hit.
That hits.
It's like 3 or 4 now. Sorry. Two. 16 points of fire damage.
16.
Mm-hmm.
That just isn't working right now. Got it.
Yep. And that's it.
So prepared.
That's it. Okay. All right.
Level 11.
Level 11. Okay, so enemies go.
22 hit, Mr. Barakabu.
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh, I gotta put them on 29. Oh, I did.
Computer is slow. Like really fucking slow. Alright, you take 31 points of piercing damage, plus 11 points of necrotic. You feel a very sharp pain in the back of your neck, and out of nowhere, the other creature in the other alley poofs, disappears, and poofs right behind you. And very similar to what happened to Tallulah, this creature is biting into your skin, and you watch as like blood is just kind of pouring out over your blue skin. And he's just biting right into you. Half whatever hit to half. I forget it already. Yeah. And then
Blueberry flavor?
It's like like juice, but it's blood.
Blue juice.
and
Nice.
everyone in
Oh man.
everyone except for Torque make a wisdom save, please.
Does this have to do with charming?
No.
I have to ask. It's important.
2. Nice.
18.
18.
She not smart.
22.
22.
Or wise.
19.
19. Everybody except for Jidobi, you watch as this creature is biting into Barakabu. You watch as the ground begins to shift. Boulders and rocks, and you watch as like bursts of lava come out. You watch as a house that is just full in structure, like the roof of the house just explodes, and there's fire and everything coming. You don't see this, by the way. I know you're really excited, but you don't see this.
You're like,
Okay.
Everyone else sees this. Can you all make a Constitution saving throw? The three of you that failed. But you watch as like the terrain starts to shift, and for as far as
Natural 20.
as far as you can see, everywhere you look, this entire space looks like you're in like the pits of hell right now.
Fuck.
I got 19.
19?
Yeah, 17.
I also scream, "Can we ever catch a break?"
You do feel that this isn't real. Like you have the pain in your neck. You feel this terrain. What's going on is very similar to something that Jaren would do. You're not frightened at this moment. That does end its turn, Jidobi.
I see, like, my friends going, are you alright? What's wrong? What's wrong?
Lava! Explosions!
But it's not real.
Great! I'm going to,
This guy in my neck, Phil.
He's real.
So I am going to summon that moonbeam from, it was right here. It was like right here. I'm going from like a finger of God, I'm gonna go right behind Boost.
Is it still up?
It is.
How long does it last?
A minute. So 10 rounds.
Well, a minute would have passed because this
Probably
is a
like,
new...
we're down to 4 rounds now.
Roll a d20.
I mean, she.
I mean, she talked for a little bit, and there's
10.
10. I'll give you 2 rounds. So it's still is it concentration?
Yes.
So you need to make your concentration. You just took damage,
Oh, right. Right. Okay.
but you do get 2 rounds if you succeed.
Natural 20. Alright, so yeah, I'm bringing that beam, skidding across the ground to the guy who's on Barakabu, but I want to hit him so it's not hitting Barakabu, just like the guy's back. I just want to just really bring him down.
Cool.
He has to make a con save against me. Ugh, that was a shitty roll. I'm so mad.
Oh.
You motherfuckers! I will kill you all.
Oh, Roman's back. Alright,
That was a female's voice. I hate you.
18 points. Or, did he make con save? 18 points of radiant damage.
18 points. Okay.
Yeah, yes.
Perception check.
Perception
It's
check.
right in front of your face, motherfucker.
And am I gonna see how that makes it feel?
You can do a perception check with disadvantage.
9.
9. Okay.
Goes right in front of my face.
I know.
Okay, cool. Great. Okay.
11. You know?
All right. Well, okay. So after I do that, I am going to. What am I gonna do? I will bonus action. Think, Jidobi. Think. Bonus action. I'm gonna healing word. Tallulah, cause she getting real bit. She getting real bit right now. So
Sure is.
I'm gonna do that at 3rd level? Question mark? Yes, 3rd level. So healing word. Tallulah, hang in there! You're stronger than this thing could ever be!
What level is the moonbeam?
4th level.
Okay.
I didn't cast Moonbeam. It's just still going. I can do other things. 6, 7, 8. 15 points of healing to you, Tallulah.
Woohoo! You make a constitution save, please.
May I ask why?
Just say.
That's enough.
Con save. Alright, so That will be a 13.
Okay.
Okay, music. All right, cool. So that was healing. Do I want to move? I probably shouldn't move. So I'm gonna say I'm done.
Okay. You watch as Lady Karan. She poofs into this, very similar to what her brother did, where you see a bunch of black specks and mist. You watch as she flies back towards the keep. Top of the order.
Bitch.
So
Yeah.
after Jadobi, my friend over there, dropped this moonbeam and I observed what I observed, I press down and pop out my wings.
Okay.
And I turn around and I punch this toothy fucker right in the face with some holy mag.
Oh, it's so bright! Ah!
Well, first time.
Might be the first time that I'm seeing your wings.
It might be actually.
I think she's a little preoccupied.
I don't really see them, but
So that's a 25 to hit
Hits.
for 22 points of damage now.
22 points of damage.
Because it's adding on that holy radiant damage.
Oh, how much is that holy radiant damage?
The radiant damage is just 10,
10.
like persistently.
Got it. What's the rest of it?
The regular was 12.
12. Okay, so you said 10?
Yeah.
Okay, so just make sure you give me that separately just so I can...
Oh yeah. I mean, the radiant damage is always 10.
Got it.
If you just want to add that to the normal thing, then.
Got it.
And so from there, I am going to place a hand on his shoulder and just sock him right in the face 3 more times like that.
Okay, roll for attack.
Oh, that was the wrong die. That's a 31
Hits.
for 11 plus blah blah. And then a 20 even
Hits.
for 13 plus the radiant.
Got it.
And then a final hit, wind up the punch for 24 to hit with 13 plus the 10. And can I knock him prone on that one? DC 15 dex.
Yes.
And he's down.
Okay, so you watch as Barakabu, you watch as his wings shoot out, glows with this radiant energy, turns around and just starts wailing on this beast. Every time he hits him, the hits don't look like they take as much, the creature doesn't take as much damage, but then you see the burst of radiant energy hit the creature. Like you see, like sizzle just a little bit. The creature is pushed back and knocked prone into the moonbeam. Ha! Fully. Fuck you, boo.
Oh.
Oh.
Fuck you in your the wings.
your
I mean, wait a
your tiny stand.
That was my fault.
Wrong base.
Okay.
Tallulah.
This thing is still on my neck, yeah?
Correct.
Great. I'm going to try to, like, knock him this way with my hammer.
Well, he's in front of you.
Oh, he's in front of me.
Yeah.
Okay, then up, like, on
Yeah,
his
roll for
chin.
attack.
I got a natural one.
Ooh.
Natural 1.
No.
I think that's fine. Go ahead. Do a dex strength save.
Oh, okay, the strength is 18.
18. As you go to hit him, you kind of like, just as you're swinging up, your grip starts to lose. You go to hit him, and you kind of hit him with like your hand. You scream in pain, but you hold on to the hammer.
But he's off me now.
No, he's still holding it.
Great. I'm trying to do it again. Because I want him off of my body. 23.
23 hits.
Great. For 19 damage.
19 damage.
And then I'm going to smash him again and roar in his face while I do it to make it menacing.
Grr.
My half-orc grr. Meow. 29.
29 hits.
Beautiful. For 18. I'm really bad at simple math. 37 damage.
37 damage.
And he needs to make a wisdom save.
The choice is yours.
Hey!
So I like smash him off my shoulder and then I like slam it down on his head and bring him to the ground.
Okay. As you do that, so your first attempt, he's biting on your neck. You try to swing at him, you lose your grip, you grab your hammer back. You hit him again, he dislodges off of your neck. Blood is hanging down from his face onto the clothes. You see bits of flesh in his mouth. Wham! You hit him again with the helmet. With the
Hammer.
no, that was the first. The second hammer actually got him up. So third hit. So as he kind of lunges towards you, you take your shield, bash him down towards the ground. As he goes down on the ground, you take your final swing with your hammer, and you just watch as his head is just crushed and separated from the body on the ground, and that creature is now not moving.
Lovely. And then I take a really deep breath to take a second wind as my bonus action.
Okay.
To regain.
What isn't your third attack is your bonus action?
It's just that's what I get for being level 11. I get a third attack. Extra attack. You can attack 3 times whenever you take the attack action on your turn.
Got it. Okay.
So that's 17 points of healing for
Okay.
myself.
Can I do that?
And I'm gonna walk towards Torque, and that'll end my turn.
How far?
How far is 30 feet gonna get me?
Okay.
Great.
So the one in front of Torque,
What a turn.
16 to hit.
No. No. No, I don't believe so.
No, it doesn't. Natural 20.
Yeah, that gets in.
Torque only takes 9 points of piercing damage.
Is that half to 4?
That is half.
Okay, 9 is half. Okay.
Got it. Fuck. Have you been keeping track of this at all?
I've been writing it down. I haven't done all the things yet, but I just know he's not down. I have minus 32, plus 11, minus 9.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm at 71. I don't know if that's right, but it's fine. Okay, so then that creature's turn. It looks once you watch as the other one that you downed goes down. Kind of starts to look around frantically. Torque's turn.
Tor's turn. All right, here we go. Oh, I see. All right. He is going to lay into this guy.
Do it.
So, X side. Rolled a 14 on the die plus stuff. So that hits.
Cool. Yep.
All right, 2d10.
Okay.
Uh, 19 points of slashing.
19 points.
Yep.
Okay.
He's going reckless.
He's going reckless.
Well, you know, hey. Oh, ooh, that's worse. All right. 2 is plus 12. 20 to hit
Hits.
for the reckless. So that's going to be 20 points of slashing again. And then he's going in for a bonus hit. Reckless.
Do it.
He's getting sloppy. That's gonna be a 25 to hit.
Hits.
17 points of slashing again.
Got it.
He's
Cool.
done.
Done. Fork. Done. Do it. 9.
Alright.
There's still a guy over there behind me, right? Or did we kill him?
It's in the. He's prone in the movie.
He's prone in the movie.
Oh, okay.
Hey, you!
25 to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you throwing at him?
Fireball. 23 points of fire
23?
damage.
Which one are you shooting at?
The one that's already prone in the moonbeam.
Got it. Okay.
So I'm just like looking around through the illusion and
More fire. More fire.
stay there.
Any cool bonus actions you want to do?
Drink more heals.
Oh, good idea.
One normal potion, I guess. Should be fine.
She's drinking a normal.
6 points.
She healed 6 points.
Yes, I'm at 45. Now, I'll be chilling.
What are you at?
45. Yes.
Got it. Cool beans. Alright, dude that's on the ground is gonna stand up. He's all bitches.
As he stands up, he has to make a con save against my moonbeam.
19.
Good job.
He still takes damage, right?
Yeah, 19. He takes half of 33, so that goes down to 16.
16. Okay.
16 points of radiant damage. How is he taking it? I'm looking at him.
How's he taking it?
It still sizzles. Like, even though he saved, it still sizzles like you would think it would sizzle.
Okay. Cool. Okay.
Enough. We have to go. He disappears.
Don't run, you coward!
And you watch as a misty poof of smoke when he jets. He is no longer there.
Ooh, such a bitch.
When
He poofs, does Boo get an opportunity attack on him? Because when we misty step, we get opportunity attacks.
it was a different condition. And this is not a misty step.
Okay.
It is a poof.
All right. Cool.
It's a poof step.
Awesome.
Is that a technical term? Ooh.
Kind of like a dub step, but it's a poof step.
Moving on.
Shinobi.
Yes. I'm up. Son of a bitch ran. I'm gonna send my moonbeam scraping across the ground at the one in front of Torque.
Oh,
Okay. At the one in front of Torque. He has to make a con save. Yes.
15.
Great. Let's see.
What's that?
27 points of radiant damage to that guy, that bastard.
I stepped on the court. Oh. Almost lost my balance. Just take it all with me.
oh.
We win.
Shit, I forgot. What did I say? Hold on, wait. I already forgot that as soon as I said it.
Should not hold
12, 10, 3.
27.
Yes, 27 points of radiant.
Okay. Got it.
Bonus action. No, everyone's cool. That's it. I'm done.
Cool. As we go to the end of the round, going to the top of the round, you watch as your moonbeam dissipates. Barack,
Shit.
up in your
That guy's still here?
barely, yeah.
Barely.
Looking pretty rough.
Okay. Then I just fly right at him with both fists out. For a 19 to hit.
19 hits.
For 12 plus the 10.
Okay.
And I transition that into gripping him by the shoulders, and I'm going to use my momentum to do sort of a flip over, and I want to slam him like a tombstone slam into the ground.
Strength check.
Ah, that was a good strength check. 24.
24. As you fly through the air, double punch to his chest, he steps back a few feet away from Torque, kind of getting out of the way. I'm not going to do it because you're going to fall over. And as you do that, you kind of tuck and roll, spinning around and slamming him back on the ground, wings fully thrown out. Your forearm is down on his chest. He looks like he is barely holding on, but you currently have him pinned down prone.
And with that, I could hit him again, but instead, I am going to manifest a ball of light on his face and leave it there.
Ball of light?
Yeah, I have my Azamar light ball thing.
It's just light, though?
Yeah.
Okay. Just to make sure you can see all the crevices of his face.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's radiant light, but it doesn't say anything about damage, but...
Yeah, if it does, yeah, okay.
So same thing as me doing like water shit.
So as you do that, he hits the ground, and you do the radiant energy. It doesn't hurt him, but you watch as the light is kind of touching his face. He's kind of shying away from it.
All right. And I'm gonna hold on to him for whoever's up next.
Tallulah?
Quick note, I just wanted to let you know that Torque should be at 73 HP.
Close. Got it.
So I walk around Torque to see this pinned dude on the ground.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say nothing. And sound cooler in my head. I'm just gonna my cap is backwards. Swing it at his big old fucking kneecaps and smash him in and fucking
Death by kneecaps.
Death by kneecaps. 15.
15.
It's with advantage because he's being pinned and held prone.
I rolled the same exact thing.
Okay. As you go to swing at this creature on the ground, Barakabu kind of makes a face at you, trying to move his arm up to stop you from doing that, and you do go wide and you miss.
Beautiful.
Huh. Oh! We should interrogate him.
Doing anything else?
Do you say that?
Yeah.
Alright. So I should stop.
Yeah, let's try.
You wanna talk?
Yeah. Yeah.
I calm myself down and I put myself back into a fighter stance and I just as you would, Barakabu.
Okay.
I stop attacking.
Okay.
I walk up. What the fuck are you?
What the fuck are you?
Can I go up and take one of his fangs out?
Try.
I'm gonna open his mouth nice and wide, and I don't have to do it with my.
It's gonna bite you.
As you reach your mouth in it almost instinctually, he bites down. You take 2 points of necrotic damage.
Ah, that's pretty.
Nice. Sock him in the head.
Don't kill him.
Try.
Try. It's a 25 for 12 plus 10.
12 plus 10.
Ooh!
Okay. As you do crush his face, you watch.
No, don't.
His life, his body goes motionless, and it starts to
No!
dissolve.
Grabs a tube. Does it dissolve in my hand?
Do a dexterity save.
Okay. I don't know why she wants it, but she wants it. 21.
21. I say as his body kind of starts to decay and the skin is kind of melted away and the skull is like rearing back in pain, you are able to grab a piece of the tooth, rip it from the jaw of this creature before the rest of it does dissolve, and you watch as just goes to ash.
Okay, you just said that you wanted to talk to him, and then I didn't get to hit him, so then you get to hit him? I don't...
It was a moment he hit my sister.
Your cousin.
You're what? Oh yeah, you two.
I have a tooth. We can ask someone.
Let-
Someone must know what these are.
Let's get into a building so we're not seen. Come.
Perception check.
I mean, I kind of have giant glowing wings to do it.
Turn them off! Turn them off!
Yeah, those are nice. They're giant and beautiful.
I'm trying to
8.
remember
Anyone else perception check?
how to turn these off.
16.
7.
7.
5.
5. You hear a scream coming down the alley that way.
Figure it out later, Dobie. Barockaboo. I got hit in the head. I got a pill.
Oh, okay.
I got blood running out of me.
Yeah.
Oh, we need to go down this way.
Why?
Did you hear the scream?
No.
So,
Someone screamed.
do another perception check when you get closer. Are you all rushing that way?
Yeah.
I'm following, I guess.
Okay.
25.
25. So you get there obviously quicker than everyone else because you're swooping down. You see the same figure that was in his moonbeam just minutes ago, hunched over, looking really, really weak, and you see a humanoid figure, gnomish, on the ground. And he's kind of coming down and look like he's about to bite her.
Oh, I just go straight for knocking that fucker out.
Roll for attack.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. Roll for damage, please.
You about to knock a motherfucker out.
12 plus 10 doubled.
42. 44.
So
Okay.
24 plus 20.
Do you double the radiant? I don't think you do. I don't think you do.
And then 24 plus 10.
Okay, so you swoop down and like the dark hallway starts to light up. He instinctually just turns around and you just grab him and slam him against the wall. In between like the ground and the wall, he's like, you hear snaps and cracks. His head, he can't even like straighten it out. You have him strength check.
Crackle pop.
23.
23. Yes, you have him now slammed against the wall. He's looking pretty bad. Not quite as bad as the dude that you just had, but he's looking really rough. And it's just, and he's like, and you see that she has like two very minor, like he just barely got her. She gets up, you son of a bitch, and just whacks him hard. He takes another 8 points of damage. You see like one of the regular teeth come flying out. You son of a bitch.
Do we know who this woman is, by any chance? Is she familiar?
She is Rosie, who was the
Rosie.
You remember Rosie?
I remember the name.
She was at the Full Mast Tavern.
Yes.
She's one of
Yeah,
the
she's
barmaids.
Yeah. Okay.
Dorius' sister was the owner.
Right.
Do I see my friends coming yet?
Yep, they're running up now. You see Barakaba wings out, slammed another.
I'm gonna take out my hemp rope and throw it to Torque. Torque, tie him up! And I'm gonna go to Rosie.
Hello.
Rosie, are you alright? Are you okay?
No, he tried to bite me.
Okay. Is Torque gonna tie up homeboy?
He begins to, but yeah, that's what he's doing right now.
Alright, cool. What are you doing out here? Why don't you not somewhere safe?
There isn't anywhere safe. Ever since you all left, these creatures have been here.
We leave for 5 fucking minutes.
Like,
We've been gone for a couple of
yeah,
months.
it's like it's a really long time.
Okay. Is there any way that we can go to talk? That's not on open.
Are you asking her?
Yes.
Is the tavern still intact?
No. It fell.
Where are you staying? Where can we go?
There's a couple places we might be able to hide, but you can't bring him with you.
Well, we should ask him what we want and then...
Alright, you! Start talking! I know what I'll do.
emerges from his face.
I'm not touching
Supposed to try to bite it.
That's why snakes can't bite a flat hand.
You have a nape in your hand. You can bite your thumb.
Well, I'm threatening him with a 1-inch punch.
As he's doing that, I'm gonna come up behind him with my eyes and tattoos glowing a brilliant silver with like some energy in between my hands. Would you like another moonbeam to the face?
It matters not what you do to me.
Why?
She will bring me back.
Oh,
How?
Oh, jeez.
in that case,
No, don't!
You know what?
I rip his
We
throat out.
suck at this.
Roll for attack. If you want to stop him, you can try to stop
I'm gonna try to stop him. I'm gonna try to stop Barakaboo,
21.
who is really, really fast. I'm gonna try to stop him.
Dexterity save.
For 13 plus 10.
I don't even know.
Oh.
Dex save is 18 total.
18 total. You go to try to stop Rockaboo, but he's a fucking monk.
I
He's
know.
quick. So he goes and he tries.
Stop! No!
He tries to rip out his throat. He does. He grabs a meaty part of the flesh, not quite the throat, but he does get it, and he just rips it off, and you see that the creature's now bleeding.
Oh, he's alive.
Oh, hang on.
Where's she at, by the way? This lady.
Is she,
Nahi, do
is
you
she
want
like
an ear?
your
You'll see her soon enough.
Maybe another fang. After he's dead.
How does she bring you back?
like a mother?
The pillars, right? Is that this god?
Maybe, I don't
And
know.
how
I
many?
don't ask those questions. I just arise from the grave again.
Can she bring your ashes back, or does she need a body?
How many
You
of
ask a
you?
lot of questions.
Shut up and speak.
Persuasion check,
He
please.
does talk a lot.
Persuasion. Here we
Does
go.
ask a lot of questions.
Oh man. Daily hero point for me.
Ah, it's a pain in the neck.
Well. Persuasion. I'm normally good at that, but I rolled shit. So 10 total persuasion.
Doesn't say it.
How many of you are
I'm
there?
just crouched beside Jadobi, just eating
How
all my
many
rolls.
of what are we?
Have you? Whatever you are.
You've never seen one of our kind before?
No.
You will.
I am going to.
He spreads the disease every night. More and more of us grow the following dawn.
Of
No.
what?
I know a few people like that too, personally.
You've never heard of a vampire, have you?
A what? What is what? A what? What
He
is that?
said vampire.
Yeah.
And we don't know what those are.
No, but there's something in the book about a long time ago.
Dice's book?
Yeah,
What did it say?
What?
about an evil like this that would come back around after a long period of time.
Did it say how to stop it?
No,
You can't stop it.
Well,
just to...
the big light
What?
energy seemed to be doing it just fine. For now.
It did. Let's see if this does anything. I'll snap my fingers as there's a bright flash of yellow, and I cast daylight on us. It's a 60-foot radius all around us.
Okay. Any saves or anything? Just daylight, right?
It's just daylight. Like, that's it.
It's like it's a bubble.
It's a bubble. It's a 60-foot radius bubble that we're all in.
Okay. So as the bubble is created, you watch a very similar reaction to the radiant energy that you had before, and his skin starts to sizzle. After some time, you watch as his skin is smoking, and you watch as like parts of his cheek start to kind of decay, kind of like necrotic energy would do, right? But it's kind of different with the radiant. So you watch as his skin starts to decay, and like holes are starting to be created.
But it's a slow process.
Very
it's not like
slow.
combustion like
Correct.
in the movie.
So you really...
Yes.
What's a movie? So you really don't like moonlight, you don't like daylight. What do you like?
Blood,
Like your
apparently.
Yeah, he likes blood. Do you not see my neck?
Why don't you come here and I'll show you?
Nasty.
Druids taste the best.
Can I take out both his teeth for my cousin?
When he says that rings a bell because someone somewhere told me that druids have been gone in this land. So I'll say after you're done.
Whatever I'm rolling, I rolled 16 plus.
You grab one of his teeth, and teeth are, I don't know, you know pliers, right? You try to grab.
I like grab him by the cloth on his chest, and, like push him against the thing again.
I aim a punch right for his
Where are my
mouth.
druid brothers? Nice.
Roll for it.
Do it. Advantage, right?
We're just drinking this for me.
Yay, we're doing it. We're interrogating.
Without the Goliath.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's so funny. What do I add to that?
I think it's just.
It's an unarmed strike.
Just
So you're straight.
Is that
I
okay?
think.
Yeah, it's
Cool.
your straight.
16.
16. It doesn't hit.
It doesn't hit.
I hit the wall.
Yeah.
Oh, do you want me to smash it? I'll smash it, but we're kind of.
Wait. What do you mean druids taste better? Where are my druid brothers? Speak!
Intimidation check.
So if druids taste good, then how do I taste?
I can let you know.
Dice gel,
Wait,
gone.
very nice.
Out of my
You are
face.
very delicious.
I'm not very
Good to know.
intimidating. So my intimidation is not that hot.
But Torque's is,
It's 6.
and you're controlling Torque.
And Tor's gonna come up behind me as I'm like trying to be big and bad, and he's gonna do it too.
You can roll it again. Advantage.
Come on.
Torque has got like major intimidation.
Alright, so 10 plus stuff.
Oh, you're rolling 4 torque to do it?
Oh, okay, well, no, I'll do it. I'll do, it's, where are you, damn it.
And that would have been a 14, so you had to go ahead and roll advantage. Because it was supposed to be advantage for you.
Gotcha. His is better, so we'll go with his 14.
Okay.
Talk.
Druids in a natural land. They run this planet of the living, and I am of the dead. So naturally, they are our sworn enemies. Give us the most benefit. Well, until I bid you, of course.
Oh, there's not really any more of me. They killed the other one.
I look at, as he says this to me and Boo, I look over at Boo and I'm like, yes, I totally know that we were enemies by nature. I knew it all along.
Can both of you make an intelligence check with advantage, please?
Well, that's good. Alright, that's better. 14?
14.
Intelligence check. 15 total for me.
15. So 14 doesn't make it, so 15. You know what?
I love secret notes. I need them.
Yes.
Talk about Griffin Code real quick.
Are you thinking something, Jadobi?
I am. I'm thinking that Griffin Co. is amazing.
Oh, that's Ether.
That's
Studios.
That's Ether Studios. We love them too. All this right here on our battle cam was all,
Look at these little trees.
if not all, almost all.
That
Give
is
it to us,
plaid elephant
Just
props.
kidding, not these.
They make amazing things. Like they made your
like
fire.
this
They made
house.
some buildings.
Right?
It's amazing.
The house?
Thank you again to Griffin Co. and also to our amazing painters, Hannah Laws and Butters, for making, like, who knew Griffin Co. could look better, but they, like, it's amazing. It's like a great
beautiful.
collage.
Oh, okay.
What are you thinking, Jadobi?
Wrong side.
Alright.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, we gotta make sure we scribble out the other stuff.
Sorry.
Does that make sense?
Yes. Oh!
Oh.
Got it.
Alright.
Boo, stand back. Stand back.
Standing back in 3.
You
What-
gave him,
What are you doing?
you
Just walk.
gave him strength. It's something about your blood. You gave him resistance. to radiant damage. I don't know how to say that in character.
Yeah.
to your radiant abilities.
Are you still holding him?
I thought Torque was
Torque
holding
tied
him.
him up.
I thought Torque tied him up in.
Torque started to. He did not finish that.
Why not? What's going on, Torque?
Yeah. So I mean, to be honest, I guess I would have still been like,
Yeah.
you know, because I was doing the.
Okay. So we'll say Torque tied him up. Sure.
Awesome. What is it about Druid in Azamar blood?
Well, does he have to spell it out for you? Because y'all give life. He's undead.
But they bit you too. And we just kind of go back and forth with this awkward conversation. I mean, he bit you too, but then.
I mean, he bit me too, but he didn't say anything about biting me, so clearly, like, that doesn't matter.
Does
But
she not?
You guys.
Does she not taste well? I don't know. Does she not taste okay? I'm upset with
Doesn't
you.
matter how
It doesn't
I
matter.
taste. That was Scottish.
Denai.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to talk to him anymore.
Okay.
Right as you two are speaking about what you were speaking, you two were kind of going back and forth. You watched as the perception checks, actually.
Natural 20.
Nice. Natural 20 myself.
So as you two are arguing
Actually 11.
through the corners of your eyes, and these two start talking, and Torque is. I don't. Torque might be in his happy place at the moment. Who knows? But you watch as the ropes that were kind of taut, they go loose for a second, and then
Dispel magic.
you can try.
Well, yeah, natural 20.
Dispel magic. All right. Here we go. Yeah.
Disco magic.
Oh, 19 plus stuff.
This is stuff.
This is your stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My stuff. Wisdom. 24.
24. You watch as a little arcane flicker in Jadobi's eyes. He tries to cast that spell. You just see the smile and smirk of that creature's face. His body still forms into that distant mist form, and
Firebolt misses.
That's confusing.
Splash damage on the Jadobi and Boo.
I felt like that.
that's not on.
That should've
It would intelligence check.
I felt like that should have worked.
He's gonna come back anyways, right?
I mean, somewhere else, yeah.
21.
He did the same thing and he
21?
got yeah.
Yes.
I mean, with the spell magic as high as you just hit, maybe it's not a magic ability.
Well, if it's not okay,
He's having a moment.
I mean,
I'm having a moment.
if it's not magic, then it has to be part of who he is.
Vampire thing.
So vampires can turn into mist.
Yeah.
Like you can turn into mist, right?
Right.
Weird.
But it cost me energy.
Right. And he didn't have much energy.
Can we get the fuck out of here now, please?
Oh,
right.
sorry, we're having. Let's go. No, we have to go so we can talk. We have to go.
Yeah, where are we going?
Okay, so she leads you.
I get rid of the sunlight. Go.
Take down the shroud. Take down the shroud.
Stealth checks, please, everyone.
Pass without a trace.
Okay, roll for Torque as well.
Oh, I'm glad I did that.
Torque is a +1.
28.
28. Well, Torque is a +11. Excuse me. With pass without trace.
Ooh, wow. Okay.
16 for. I'll just write it down.
16 for Jadobi.
No, for Torque.
19 plus what is the?
He rolled a 16 or
Plus
he
10.
rolled a 4?
When you add everything, it comes to 16.
Oh well. Damn. That's
And
29.
Did you give us pass without a trace?
then 17. I did.
Oh, then 31.
31.
17.
Enough of that. So you guys dart down that alley. She kind of stops, looks both ways. Being a gnome and being very tiny, she can still move quickly. So she takes you down another path. She kind of moves a barrel and box that's kind of covering a doorway that's kind of like one of those cellar doors that go down. She looks around and she kind of ushers you in. You all follow her down these steps. And as she closes, as the doors close, you see two other figures come and you hear like someone put those barrels back on the door on the other side, on the outside. And you all go down the steps into like a basement of a warehouse or something.
And discover the vampire resistance, led by James Woods.
That was on my list of things to do today.
So as you venture down, it's a very long stairwell, maybe 50 feet or so. And you pass several levels because there's other. Oh yeah. As you do see several levels, so like you go down maybe 20 feet and there's a door. It looks like it's locked and there's like a thing down. You go down another 25 feet or so, another door. So there's 3 levels. You pass all these different doors to other parts of this warehouse, and eventually you see a very, very faint, radiant glow of natural light kind of flickering down below. And you walk through, and she stands there and goes, doo, doo, doo. 1 beat, 2 beat. Then you hear a door cracks open, and she goes inside.
I follow.
Okay. So
we can trust her? I don't
Yes,
know her.
yes, we can trust her. We know her.
Okay.
Yes.
So as you enter this space, you see a very, very large Goliath man, someone you've not seen before. Hurry, hurry! And as you come in, close the door.
Dragon?
What?
Goliath.
Goliath man.
I know, but I remember like one of them is like the dragon.
Oh, no,
His
no,
name?
no. This
Okay.
was someone you haven't seen before.
Gotcha.
And that was the guy who saved you guys at the
With the boat.
thing. Yeah.
With the Viking boat.
I'm
Yeah.
blanking on his name. So you come into this space, and there's another hallway with another door, with another large, what looks to be maybe half human, half orc, very large man as well. Opens the door, and you go in. As you go into this other space, it's a very, very large space, warehouse size, maybe 100 feet wide and 200 feet long, and you see hundreds of people stacked very, very tightly. People are having their own little pockets of whatever their little spot is, and you see bedrolls, and you see very, very small fires that emit just little bits of smoke just to cook whatever they're trying to cook. You hear children, not a whole lot of laughter, but you do hear some children like laughing and giggling, but there's a lot of crying and like a lot of people being scared as you walk into this space. Well, you're alive. Get yourself some cleaned up.
All right.
I need to check on my friends.
Is this the whole town?
That's who we can find. I don't know who's alive.
How big is this place when I look around?
It was like I said, it was like 100 feet wide, 200 or 300 feet long. There's hundreds of people. You can't count. There's lots of shelves and stuff people have made, like these very large shelves for crates and stuff, like mini apartments. Like they've kind of like put them stuff. And you have to climb up a little ladder and just stacked on top. Like think of like Minutes After Midnight if you want to think about something. But it's very very like a whole lot of people slammed into a very, very small space.
All right. I don't even know what to say.
I mean,
Like,
I guess we should just find a space, or do you? This is where you guys are from. Is there anybody that you guys want to look for?
Master Jadobi, is that you?
Aaron?
Are you alive?
Who is this?
It's Aaron.
Okay. You didn't say anything. You gotta...
I was trying to give you the look, just stay in character.
Okay.
So yes, you see Aaron. She's very dirty. She's bruised in some places.
Oh, you're okay.
You're okay. I give her a huge hug.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, you hug and embrace for a little while.
Aaron's, she's the cook that we had at the house.
I beg your pardon.
She's the everything. She did everything. She was amazing.
Thank you.
Yes. I'm glad to see you're all right. When was the last time you saw Rydell? He's at the house.
Yes. He was staying there for you. He was waiting for y'all. He doesn't like tight places, so I think he's gonna stay up there for a little while. But he's kind of our eyes and ears, and at least for part of the city anyway.
How do you communicate with him?
We have runners. We try to run. I mean, the daylight doesn't even stop them anymore, so.
Did it before?
Yes, when they first got here, it was just in the evening, until that beacon went up and the clouds were around it.
Beacon.
It seems to keep them at bay, but it's not enough.
All right. DM, can you give me I'm trying to look through my notes for Rosie. I remember she worked at the tavern at the Full Mast. Was she the owner, or was that...
No.
Someone's...
Doris's sister was the owner.
Doris' sister was the owner.
Claudia?
Sounds about right, roughly.
I don't know, I'm wearing his stuff. Wearing his stuff. Is that no? Doris.
No, Dorius.
Hmm.
Dorius was the
All his
captain of the
names
guard.
sound the same.
Yeah, tavern. Where's she at? Oh, yeah, Claudia.
Claudia, okay.
Claudia Kern.
Where's Claudia?
You asking Arn?
Yes. Or if she... I don't even know if she knows who she is, but I'm just going to ask her.
Talking about Dorius' sister.
Yes. Don't give me that. No, come on. Don't do that. Please.
She was one of the first to go to these creatures. Shortly after he left, I don't even know if he knows.
He doesn't know. He's in Tydean right now, recovering.
Why is he in Tydean? I don't understand what's going on.
Well, he came to get us.
The guy hypnotized him,
Oh,
suggested
that's
him to
right.
come to Tydean.
Oh, wait, what? I don't know that.
So, the guy with the streak, the big
Yeah,
bad,
Yeah.
he used his powers to compel Dorius to go to Tydean.
Oh, so he wanted us to come here.
Yeah.
He wanted Dorius out. Dorius has been gone for months. We've been gone for months.
Right.
Given them plenty of time. He was also the protector of my niece and nephew here that are in the keep.
That's right.
So, about this time, you, I would say Torque and Barakabu, you feel these very large hands grab you by your shoulder, turn you around.
What are you doing here?
And you turn around and you see one very, very big fucking orc, and the other is a Goliath, which is a little bit taller than Torque. History checks.
I don't think he's too high with history.
All of us, or?
Just these guys.
Natural. No.
So,
Just me? No, I don't know.
All three of you and Torque.
okay, so Torque rolled an 11 plus whatever his history is. I doubt he has good history.
That's probably -1.
Oh, good.
And for me, I got a 19.
19. You recognize these two. They were in the Cracked Rock a long time ago. Personal guards of...
Right. Of Roman? You don't. Okay, you don't know. Okay, right. I can't.
So long ago.
It's so long ago.
Easy. They're friends. That fucking ugly mug Barakabu is pain in my ass every time he comes to my bar.
Goblin!
You fucking asshole.
Sticks.
God damn, he's a fucking asshole.
Sticks, it's
are
good
you-
to see you.
Yes. What are you doing in my hideout?
Well, there's not really a lot of other hideouts we knew about. But we did just kill some vampires.
I mean, we were just taken here.
The fuck is a vampire?
Oh, the things outside.
They have teeth. They drink blood.
We've been calling them reapers. We didn't know what to fucking call them.
They said they were vampires, so I guess we'll just go with that. Whatever that is.
Fucking piece of shit.
I suppose, do you know that Roman is now in Tydean?
Doesn't surprise me. That fucking crazy asshole's been running around for a while.
I like to come back and say, great news, we took down Jaren, the big bad guy. But looking around, it doesn't really seem...
No, I'm pretty sure whatever you were doing was not the main event.
Cool.
I mean, the second that you fucking assholes left, these dickheads walked in. Sounds like it was a diversion.
Why is everyone blaming us for this?
No one's blaming you. Why are you so defensive?
You called me a dickhead, and you said it because we left.
And we saved the city. Remember?
I said the second that you left.
And then you called us dickheads.
I mean, clearly you guys being here was like, you know, warding them off. So they were watching the place and waiting for y'all to leave so they could swoop in. And these people clearly hate the Travels. God, do I have to spell everything out for y'all?
Where's the Emerald Guard?
I don't know who she is, but I like her.
Of course you would. Where's the Emerald Guards?
The Emerald Guard?
Yeah.
They had been slaughtered. And then it seems like they were risen again to do the Reapers, or excuse me, vampires bidding.
What about those wolf-like creatures? Do you know anything about them?
No. They're scary as fuck.
No one's fought them.
Yeah, we've tried to fight them.
Did you win?
I mean-
Did anyone win?
They're being
No.
controlled by the vampires.
They
Kind
looked
of.
reluctant.
Like his pets.
They don't like it.
Do you know what?
Do any
my-
pets like being a pet?
I had a golden retriever growing up. That really
Hold up, Arlo.
Oh, we have a rat. That's right.
You still got that fucking rat? How is it still alive? Didn't you kill it?
A few times, yes.
Holy shit.
I let him go and he came back.
He did. He came to me. I brought it to him.
That's
I think
interesting.
that thing likes.
To answer your question, any creature that has half a brain does not like being a pet.
I covered.
The druid would understand that.
6. Is this all of the resistance? Or is there
Resistance?
Are there more? I'm just kind of hoping, yeah.
We're trying to survive.
It doesn't look like they're mobilizing or being any sort of military here.
There can be.
I just
there
look
can-
around for you?
Tallulah, why don't you be quiet for a moment, please?
Wait, we can ask Max. He would come. He would help save the city. He
Oh,
still has
with
his
your-
full army.
He could.
With your magic.
Use your little papers. Send it to Fallen.
It would take him months to get here.
Not on Lobo, maybe. It would be quicker.
So there's nothing here. You guys are just surviving, and that's great. Okay.
Right now, yes.
Unless they want to go through a tree like we did.
I mean, there's only like
6 seconds from
400 people here.
I mean,
I think like 60-70% are women, children, or elderly or injured. But I can't imagine that the 60,000 people in the city are dead.
Janobi's gonna walk away to like the nearest seat or bed or whatever, or he might just go Indian
I
style.
mean, you can roll out your own bed roll. You don't have to take somebody else's.
Quiet, Tallulah. I'm starting to think you talk too much. So I'm gonna go to the nearest whatever empty spot, and I am going to start scrying. He's gonna go in his own little world.
Okay?
Such a
Scrying. I'm
Wow,
scrying.
he's crying.
I'm scrying on Ina.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing. I'm taking my crystal out. I'm muttering to myself. My
Okay.
senses are glowing, and I'm gonna.
So you focus down on your niece, Ina. Your eyes flicker. You feel like you're flying through the clouds and mist and dust, and you feel like you're moving at 1,000 miles an hour and abruptly stop. You see yourself in a familiar location. Your sister had taken you up in the Emerald Keep, up into the towers, where she'd like to look out in the sunset, because it just looks over the ocean. You see the giant statue of RoU. You're there. You see Ina, worse for wear, but still alive, breathing. Skin is normal color. And you're scanning, because she doesn't move, right? You just get like a 360 of the space.
I can, yeah. Well,
Okay.
I can move 10 feet from her, and that's it. And I can
Got
look
it.
around as if I'm there.
Got it. So as you start to pivot in the space, you see a bed, you see tables and chairs and lots of papers and books, and she's writing. You do see a door that is closed. All of a sudden, do you hear shit? I can't remember.
Yes.
If you hear. So you hear her just kind of muttering to herself. You can't really discern what she's saying, but you do hear the door go. And the door opens up, and in walks Lord Karan.
Shit.
So, Ina, are you ready to help us grow this beacon? Are you going to stop fighting all the time?
What does she say?
She pauses. I will never help you. And she goes to pick her hand up to try to cast something, and you watch as it just kind of sputters and nothing happens. Yes. You can't have this hold on me forever. No, you're right. But perhaps your uncle might be able to help you. And he looks over his shoulder. Please make a wisdom save.
Is this a charming effect?
Nope.
I feel like you're lying, DM. I feel like you're lying to me.
DM. Right?
That's so fucking false.
Okay. Wisdom save. Okay, 16.
16. You feel
He has true sight.
a very
Of course he does.
tight pinching in your head. You only take 4 points of psychic damage. And then you hear the voice, not from the scribe, but in your head. Perhaps your uncle's new friends will be able to help persuade you now that we know where they are.
No!
You son of a.
No! I end it. We have to go. I think we have to. I think we have to move.
Jadobi, what did you do?
I think we have to move right now.
Jadobi, what
Everyone,
did you do?
everyone, get up! We have to go. I'm shaking.
There are 600 people in here.
We
What
have
do
to
you
go.
mean?
They know we're here. We have to go now. Go. I don't know what to do.
How do you know they know?
What are you talking about? What the fuck did you just do?
I didn't do anything. We have to go. Is there anywhere that we can go right now?
Jadobi, there's so many people in here.
No!
Do you see all these people? They're hurt.
What are the ways in to here? What are the ways in?
You came down it.
There's only one entrance and exit.
Yes.
That's such a bad design.
It's a fucking basement.
Denahi, I need you. I'm gonna take Denahi and we're gonna run over to the entryway. Firewall.
I just did firewall.
Okay.
Jadobi,
They know we're here.
how?
I saw something, and I saw them coming, and they know we're here.
Did you try to make a connection?
To them, no.
Can you use your portal to get them out of the city?
Not today. I won't be able to do it till tomorrow. It's a lot of magic.
Any druids in the house? Any druids?
Perception checks, everyone, please.
Shit! Oh man!
Fucking one.
Oh,
I'm so mad at Jadobi.
that was not
Bye.
that was not supposed to happen. And I'm rolling like shit.
21.
21.
Okay, so for me, I got a 9, and Torque got a 6+ stuff.
Okay.
5.
God, you guys are killing it today.
Dice
21.
jail.
I'm going to tell you something in a second, but everyone,
Wait, can I hero point that?
sure. So everyone in this space, as you two,
Oh.
as you are all kind of like arguing right now, Styx is like, what the fuck are you talking about? And like the guards are acting a little crazy. You run up and you just firewall the door, like in front of the doorway. Styx, you look at, we have people out there. What are you doing? And at that moment, you hear a loud, and then you hear very, very faint echoes of screams. And then you hear footsteps coming down the steps. And that's where we're going to call it for tonight.
Oh man!
So, thank you all for joining us. Don't forget to check out Ether Studios Kickstarter. There's about like 8 or 9 hours left. Join us next week for the next episode of the Realms of Ukodor here on the Twitch channel. Don't go anywhere. I am going to raid somebody because that's what we do. We spread the love.
How was I supposed to know? How was I supposed to know? How was I supposed to know? How?
Leader of all darkness under.
He's a giant fucking leader. Oh, he's Dracula.
Ow.
Dracula's gonna have true
I was
sight.
only
He
looking-
can look through anything.
I was only looking for my niece. That was it. I was gonna try to stay
So,
away
what
from
is
them.
your intelligence? What is your intelligence?
Higher than yours.
Exactly. So why am I thinking of this and you're not?
You weren't thinking of it until he was talking stuff.
So,
I don't know what your magic does.
oh, this is gold. Please, by all means, highlight the shit out of this last 5 minutes. We're going to go ahead and raid our friends down in LA at Perception Studio. If you love puppets and you love D&D, you got to watch this shit. It's hilarious.
You would love
Show
this
your show your Ukodor love, and we will see you guys next week.
Wait, so
Bye.
Fuck.
tell me something?
Yes. Only you get favored.
Oh.
I hero pointed for 22.
Okay, you both do it.
Great.
Oh.